Hi guys, Danester83 back again. It's been a busy month. I've done 3 events, 2 stalling, 1 helping out and Harper. I've got some boot sale pickups to cover. Some I've missed that I haven't done because obviously with the events I picked some stuff up and then I moved it on. And also I've got a local pickup off a new guy, hopefully who's going to be able to get me some more stuff. So I think the best thing to do is we'll start with the events. Right, so first off I did Leeds. That's in the university in Leeds. I want to say it's like a student hall sort of thing. Lovely day. All these events have been gorgeous days. You all know the weather's been beautiful. I looked to my left there because that's where my window is in my room. Weather's been beautiful, so all the events have been great weather. Nice drives up. I've done these next 2 events I've done with Liam. He's helped me out. He's sold a few of his things on my stall. So yeah, Leeds, great venue. Only criticism is he's probably a little crammed in there when I compare it to the next 2 venues. But overall, good day. Shifted a lot of my stuff. And the fact that the next day I was doing Bristol meant I didn't have to unload my car. I just could go down the next day. I did have a couple of pickups from people at Leeds, so I'll probably show the pickups from each event. I had more stuff from Bristol, but I can't find where it is. But anyway, I'll cover my pickups first from Leeds. Now Matt was obviously there from Soulfront Retro. I've never bought off Matt before, mainly because the games room's not got much space for pictures, but it's having a move around. I mean, if you notice, it doesn't look too different at the moment, but I have moved all my PS3 and my Xbox 360 stuff out because it's going to go up the loft because I don't play it. It's not got a lot of value, but also I don't want to get rid of it. So anyway, Matt, he's a bugger because he doesn't charge me the price, and probably any of the other choosers the price that he charges the sellers. But I got 2 prints off him. First one we got Ryu, however you want to say it, Street Fighter. I think that's going to look really good when I get that framed. Really high quality print. I'm hoping, I've got a new camera I'm using, I'm hoping it's better quality and I'm hoping it's focusing. Because unfortunately I can't see the screen at the back of it while I'm recording. And also this turtle one here, where you've got Shredder and the turtles going from left to right on the main screen. I believe this is from the arcade game. I may be wrong, but I love the turtles. And the other thing I picked up was a bit of artwork. Now, I had my stall and there was a young lad there with his mum and dad. He'd never done an event before, and he was selling hand-drawn drawings that he did himself. The young lad had autism, so obviously his mum and dad were helping him out, but his quality of his drawings, and I've been looking at this one all day. When I show it here, you'll be thinking, wow, that's really good. I couldn't draw it this good, put it this way. And I understand the lad had a really good time, sold lots of things, and he was a nice lad. So I did a bit of a trade because he was after some stuff off my store, so I traded it and then paid the difference in money. But I didn't want to buy this picture at the beginning of the day because it was his best one. And if I'd have bought it, took it off his store, then he'd have had no centrepiece. So I think Gross Newton will like this. It's Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and the girl one whose name is eluding me at the moment, but I'm hoping there's not too much reflection on the camera or from the window that you can see the quality of that. I mean, it's done really good shading of it. As I say, I could do nothing nowhere near this quality, and I will find a place for that in my games room. Right, so that was Leeds. I obviously saw Tootie there. I believe Simon Locke was there. The retro heads were there. They bought a few items off me, not full price, you know what them pair are like, they're cheap, aren't they? Proper cheapos. They were doing their Mario Kart time trial thingamajig upstairs, and Matt Soulfront Retro, and also Mongoose on a unicycle was there, and I didn't recognise him because he was completely shaved. And you had all the usual vendors who I've seen over the last few weeks, like your Sore Thumbs, etc. So that was Leeds, great day. Back home, me and Liam had our football team's presentation to go to the night when we got back. Literally, we were in the house. I was in my house an hour. I was picking Liam up. Went for a few jars, and I had a bit of a sore head on the drive down. But I went home early. I made sure I wasn't over the limit. So Bristol, first ever video games market at Bristol, and wow, what a day! Especially as a trader. Obviously with the England game being on against Panama, we were worried that the footfall would be down, but literally the moment they opened the doors, it was heaving. I see, without further ado, Retro Mike and Old School Variety Faces Pete. I saw them through the window. We were doing rude gestures. They asked if I could get them in, but the thing is with these events, they're cottoning on now that traders are getting their mates in to get in and have a look round, and they're pretty strict with the wristband. So there was, I was trading that day with my friends from RCE, Retro Collective Europe. There was obviously myself and Liam doing our store, Matt and Joe doing theirs, Ola doing his store, and Danny doing hers, but we were all in a line together. Great bit of banter. Rich King Retro was doing the store behind me. We all went for a beer after the event. It was great, but as I say, as an event as a whole, wow, it was probably the best selling I've done since the first time I ever did Doncaster. Literally high-end stuff, consoles, all going out, really good. Means I get to rotate my stock, because obviously when I take money, a certain percentage goes back in for me to buy stuff from the booters or off Spock, or as I have done locally off someone else who's got stuff, so I can then attend the events. But next Bristol one I believe is in November 18th, which is 2 days before my birthday. I'll be definitely going there. And as I say, I cannot praise the event enough. I mean, who else did I see there? I saw Let's Talk Retro. First time I'd actually spoke to them. I saw him at Revolve but didn't get a chance to speak. Metropolis the same. First time I actually got to speak to him. And Retrohead Steve, who, when I first started the tube, I believe he was one of the first people, along with 2T, who actually contacted me and messaged me in the comments, and it was great to actually meet him in person. He talks massively fast compared to how he talks on his channel in person, but great. I understand everyone had a great day. Oh, Beth Bear as well. She doesn't seem to be doing any videos at the moment. I wish she would. She does car boot pickups like myself. She was after Castlevania Symphony Night. She was happy to pay £200 for it, but no one had got it for £200. I think £300 was the cheapest. But I have seen it in my local CEX for £210. So Beth, if you're still after that game, maybe looking at CEX could be your best option. I think that's everyone. I'd like to think I've not forgot anyone. It's horrible when you do these videos. Oh, obviously Gashead Steve was there, didn't get to speak, and I think it was with Danester83, who's someone I don't actually know, but I will be checking his channel out, because obviously everyone else seems to know him. Just some people slip through your radar. As I say, great day selling systems, selling games, moving my stock. And finally, oh, did I get something that, oh, no, I definitely got some more than this from here, but this is the one thing I've got to hand. It's a freebie from my, because with RCE, prices mean nothing. We slash each other, we do each other's deals, we give each other stuff. And Matt had got a ton of these. It's Japanese version Pokemon Green. I understand it works on the Game Boy, I've not got it. And I think I gave Matt Red Dead Revolver on the PS2. So it was a little bit of a trade, although we hadn't planned the trade. Matt didn't know I was going to give him the game, and I didn't know I was going to ask for that. And finally, this I'll be uploading this either the day of the England game, which is Tuesday, or later in the week. So it's the Saturday, was it? Saturday? Yeah, Saturday before England are due to play Colombia. Hopefully, if I load this video up today, we win. Hopefully, if I load this up in a few days, we're still going to be in, hence why I'm wearing my England top. Yeah, I helped Ant Harper out with his stall up at Doncaster, Retro Gear. It's always a great crack with Ant. I mean, the drive up there, it went like that. Literally, the conversation just flowed, the banter. We were lucky enough again, Rich King Retro was on the stall behind us, and 2T UK was helping him out with his stall that day. So banter was just bouncing left, right and centre. There was a ton more YouTubers. I believe Simon Locke was there. Craig's here again, and his mate, who I was talking to, and then I didn't realise when I got home that I'd recently started following him, and he commented on my video. So obviously, it's amazing how you watch someone on YouTube and then you see them in person and you're like, is it them, isn't it them, sort of thing, and then you get home and you think, oh god, it was them, I haven't spoke to them. I took just a few items. basically just to cover me going up there for the day. I did alright. Ant did absolutely fantastic selling amiibos. So again, great day. These events, if you've got the stock, it's alright. That's a Furby falling down the corner. If you've got the stock, these events, it's great to have a table. It's a good excuse to attend them. Oh, Game Boys was awesome. Was there? He was doing his first lot of selling. I understand he did really well, so that's great. If you've got the stock, you can afford the table, you've got the time and patience. It's a great way to attend these events. And you know, if I tell my missus I'm going to sell some stuff and make some money, it's an easy pass to go to these events. I sold a PS Vita while I was at Doncaster, so there's a story behind that which I'll get to in a sec. But yeah, so those were the three events. You got Leeds, Bristol and Doncaster. Financially, and probably the best experience was Bristol, just because it was intense, saw so many people, lots of young kids there, little kids. I mean, one lad bought a NES off me and he was like so excited, it made his day. It was brilliant. So yeah, definitely doing Bristol again. There is a lot of these markets now, and I do think the trade will start to be filtered down. Maybe if they were in more different locations around the country, a bit further spread, because there seems to be a lot up north, obviously a lot in London. So there, obviously the footfall gets watered down, whereas Bristol's got a great catchment area because you've got Cornwall and Devon not too far away. Us guys in the Midlands, Cambridge and that not too far away. And also a lot of Welsh people come over because I believe it's not too far to travel for them. So that's a great little catchment area, and I understand there are going to be other locations being bought in around the country when I've spoke to the organiser, so that will be a positive. Obviously any that I'll be attending, I'll let you guys know on the channel. Please do come and say hello. Right, I'll talk about the Vita in a bit. What I'll do is I've had loads of stuff from the boot sale, but it's now stored away in boxes because it was in between the events. This is just what I got last Sunday. Nothing major. There's a bit of a theme. Everything seems to be Pokemon. I don't think I missed out on nothing. I just think it was a case of nothing came out. I did pick up a Mega Drive on the Thursday, but I think I've put the games that I needed up in my collection now. If I can quickly roll them off. Barkley, Shut Up and Jam, I think it is. Shaq Fu, Krusty's Funhouse, Thunder Force 4, Chakan, oh great, there's a flying room, Dynamite Heady, Alien 3, and them are the ones I needed, and the other ones I think I've got for sale on my store. No Flashback's one of them. Paid £60 from the booter, but the guy I've bought off before, so I was happy to pay that. 60 quid for a Mega Drive with 12 games, all box complete. It's not a bad price, it's just people don't want to pay that on the booter. Right, so what I'll do is, this is Sunday's boot sale pickup. First off, I believe I paid £1 for this. It's Rugrats the movie on the Game Boy. It's not a game I've got. I believe it's probably Game Boy Colour if it's these darker grey cartridges. First thing, we'd walked around for ages and I'd picked nothing up gaming related, and I saw this. And I just grabbed it and I asked the girl and she said 50p, and I was thinking, God, I hope there's some cards in here. But unfortunately there's not, but needn't to worry. The theme will carry on in a second. Then, a couple of aisles later, this was knocking about. I have put the actual main feature card inside the card inside this box. I hope they're genuine. Looking at the ones compared on eBay, it's got all the stuff. It seems genuine because I know there's a ton of Pokemon cards that are fake flying around. Pound. So at least I thought, oh, at least I got a few cards going there. Then the next store I went to, I got more excited because I saw some figures. You know, I'm like my figures. Because earlier in the week, on Thursday, I managed to pick up a box full of accessories for £10. Literally one of the usual, you know, resellers, because I want the figures to keep mainly for myself. One of the resellers went through the box, took all the figures out and left the broken bits in the bottom. And I clocked that all the weapons were in there, so I just went to the guy, oh, how much for the box? And he said £10, and the woman who picked them up said, oh, them are all broken. I said, yeah, but the weapons are worth 3 times as much as the figures, and they complete the figures and make the figures more valuable. At that, her face dropped, but I'd already had the box. And plus it was a bonus because I got another nice big box. So I got Thundercats Marmot, I remember having that as a kid. Ninja Turtles, some android turtle, the name escapes me. Another Thundercats figure. I know I've got the gun for him because I remember having him as a kid. And I know I've got the helmet for this guy. All the actions work on him. Another Thundercats figure. And a He-Man figure, Whiplash, I believe he's called. In fact, someone locally picked another one of these up today. So they were £1 each, that was a £5. And they got tons and tons and tons of these packs. And I asked her how much each, she said 50p. And I said, well, would you do me a deal on the job lot? So she rung her husband. And he said 15 packs for a £5. So I just picked them all up. And I roughly counted in my hand. And I counted 16. But my counting must be bad because when I got home and counted them, there was 21. And she still charged me a £5 anyway. There is one pack that's mainly just shinies. But they all seem genuine. I do need to have a really close look. Because obviously the fake ones do slip in. But literally 21 packs of Pokemon cards. With roughly, I'd say, between 20 and 30 cards per pack. For a £5 is a great deal. I'll be selling these at the events because Pokemon is not really my thing, although it seems it would be. There's also like the instruction book, the rule booklets, because 3 of them, and a chart for the ones to collect, showing you upside down. These were also £1. They're a nice little set. I'll probably keep them myself, although as you can tell I'm not the sort of person who massively wears shirts, especially long sleeves ones. A nice little Tetris cuffling set. For some reason I know there's probably 7 different Tetris pieces, but it doesn't quite make sense when cufflinks are in pairs. And the final thing I thought, I may have paid up on this, but I don't think I have. It's an N64, it's got a controller, the controller's a bit shot, it's got the power supply, it's got 2 leads, but the thing that sold it for me, 25 quid he wanted. He originally wanted 35, knocked him down to 25. It's got a third party expansion pack, which looking at these online, they go for about £30. I have powered it up, I've yet to test it with a game. It's got the old Nintendo phone number on the back. £25. I sold my last one at the event because N64 is not for me. I've sold nearly all my collection now, so this one will be something that I'll look to resell. Right, as I said, when I did Bristol, I had a phone call in the afternoon from my dad, not for my dad, from my dad. And I wasn't going to answer because I thought it was going to be about work, but it wasn't. He was at a local like antiques bric-a-brac fair in a little village near me. My auntie actually lives in the village and she was stalling there. And someone a couple of stalls up was selling a PS Vita, a couple of games, carry case, etc. for £25. Dad says, are you interested? I said yes. It was the Call of Duty edition, which you might notice in previous videos I had the box for there. So I bundled that together and sold that on at Doncaster. Now, when he was talking to my auntie when she was doing her stall, saying, oh, I've picked up Dana this PS Vita, I've just rung him. The person who she was stalling with said, oh, I've got lots of old games. This guy just does general resale. I assume he buys job lots. And he said they've just moved from a house to a bungalow just over the road from my auntie. And he said, I've got old games, PlayStation, if he's interested. So of course, straight away, I'm like, yeah, Dad, tell him I'm interested. And I was hoping I could pick some stuff up before I went and did Doncaster, just hoping there was a couple of high-end items, something to attract people to the store. But anyway, there wasn't. So on the Sunday after I'd done Doncaster on the Saturday, I had a phone call from my dad. He was at my auntie's saying, I'm at your auntie's. The guy said he sorted you a box out if you want to come have a look. So I turned up. Obviously, I've got my money on me. But it wasn't PlayStation. But to me, it was even better. And I'll show you guys what it was. First off, there was a Game Gear. Really nice condition. Unfortunately, I've put some batteries in and it doesn't seem to be working. I always think when I pick up one of these that I'll guarantee it's not working, sort of thing. I don't want to show you that one yet because it'll spoil what's in the box. There was a Game Boy Advance SP. It got a tenner marked on this, so I don't know if he'd been trying to sell it previous or what. It's all working. and there was a little baggie full of games, nothing spectacular. So we've got Game Gear, Game Boy Advance, SP, Game Boy Colour with Tetris 2. Again, that powers up. I might not needed to have turned it up for the ting, but so we've got a Game Gear, Game Boy Advance SP, Game Boy Colour, boxed in television plug and play. These often sell well at the events. Right, and then what I'm going to try and do is pick this box up, give you a little sneak peek, and then I'll go through them individual. And the rest was this. I didn't have a good look through. I obviously got a little bit excited when I saw it was all Master System. I love the Master System. A lot of this is going in my own collection because it's a lot of games that I've not got. So obviously got a couple of Master System controllers. Master System 2 unit. And there's some really nice games in here. I'll just flick through them. Land of Illusions with Mickey Mouse and Enduro Racer, that's definitely a double. What I'll do is I'll grab a handful. I'll leave that one till last because that seems to be the centerpiece. Robocop vs Terminator, I know I need that. Trivial Pursuit. Running Battle. Operation Wolf, again I picked that up recently at the boot sale if you remember. There's a couple of doubles already in here, like we've got 2 copies of PGA Tour. Action Fighter, I think I might have that. Double Dragon, I know I picked that up recently. Pro Wrestling. Afterburner, I know I've not got that. 2 copies of Transbots, and one of them will be being sold. Them are some decent titles, I'll leave them till last. Manual, instruction book. Teddy Boy. Marble Madness, I remember having this as a kid, that one. Not a bad little game. Obviously it was an arcade game originally. Alien Storm. Casino games, obviously I didn't have that as a kid. Super Tennis, I think I had that. I don't think that's a bad game either actually. I might be remembering these wrong. Master Games 1, which is Super Monaco GP columns and World Soccer. I'm stacking these up, so if you hear a clatter, they've gone. Sonic, which I've already got obviously, so that will be being sold. Game Ground. Great Golf, not just golf, but Great Golf. Pac-Mania, I definitely had that as a kid, that's a brilliant little game. Chopper Lift. Parlour Games. Mortal Kombat. James Pond 2 Robocod. Now strangely, this one seems to be a rarer game. I may be wrong, but I'm just going on the magazine I've got. Sega Chess. Renegade, another high-end title. And this one, I didn't realise there's 2 variants of this. The one variant's worth £6 and this one's worth considerably more because it's the light phaser version, which I didn't know at the time I picked it up. Anyway, I went to the guy, I went, look, how much do you want for the box? And it was really awkward because he's going, oh, I don't know what I want for it, you know how much it's worth, blah blah blah. And I said, yeah, but I want you to be happy, I'm happy. So I just threw out a number, I went £60 for the box, and he was like, yeah, done deal. So basically he's told me he's got 2 more rooms to sort out, so there's possibly going to be PlayStation games in there somewhere and other stuff. Really excited to see what he's got next time, and obviously I'll show you guys. As I say, 90% of that is going in my little tiny blooming Master System collection. There's other things that I've picked up recently and I forgot to bring them up here. Went into Vintage Gamer Friday just gone because he every Friday he puts on a load of stock that he wants to clear, and he got the Master System / NES book and the PlayStation book. Usually go for a tenner each, both for a £5. I was like, yeah, I'll have that straight away. And of course, whenever I go into Nick's, one, I'm in there 2 hours. We have a little chat, always talking about games, stuff we've picked up and that. And I never just buy what I go in to get. And there were two young lads in there, and they were buying a GameCube, and Nick was showing them the Game Boy Advance player on the GameCube. And I said, bet you've not got a loose disc to that, have you? And Nick said, actually I might have. Because I picked a Game Boy player up from a parent from the boot sale. This is about 4 years ago. I've had the empty box for the both things together for about 6 years, but I've never had a disc. Now Nick pulls out, he's got a minty disc, and he said, look, I usually sell them for 35, to you 25. Done deal. Because he asked me, he said, are you going to sell that on? Because it's like now worth £100. Now I've got the full set. I'm like, nah, I want that to use, sort of thing. So yeah, when I go into Nick's, I never just spend the money that I go in to spend, I always spend extra. He gave me some styluses that I needed to complete some little DS's that I've been selling. So yeah, Nick, vintage gamer, brilliant shop. Oh, and he had some presents for me. Because a while back I told you all I bought that box of toys for him for £100, which I've still not gone through and showed you all. But in that there was also some Batman cards, and he found some more that he had come in with a trade, and he said, look, you can have them, because I'm hoping to try and get a full set, because I love my trading cards like that. So hopefully there, and between the other lot he gave me, I might be closer to a full set. So what have we covered so far? We've covered the local pickup, covered the event, covered the boot sales. So yeah, I think that's everything covered. Oh, I've got a box here. I don't know if you know, but PlayStation merchandise had like about 30% off sale on their actual site, and I picked up a few things. A couple of things are in the wash that I've already wore. There was a PlayStation black t-shirt with the logo, and there was a white version of this t-shirt. It's like someone wearing the VR set in funky colours. I've already wore that, and I've obviously got the black one. This all comes to 50 quid. I'll get this one out because I don't think I'll show you very good. This is like a football type material, PlayStation, tent size. Some decals. I like my stickers. That'll probably go on the shelf up here somewhere. There was a PlayStation Lite that makes that familiar noise when you press it. And a nice PlayStation glass. And that is literally everything I've picked up. So guys, as always, I'm going to try and get at least one video done a month, but the football season's about to start. I run one kids team, I help out with another kids team, and I also play myself. So it could get busy and I may disappear for a while. But obviously with more events coming up towards the winter, hopefully if I am away, won't be away too long. I'll try and get that toys box pickups to show you all. But anyway, guys, I hope you've liked what you saw. If you're one of my regular subscribers, please leave a comment, have a little bit of a chat below. If you're new, please have a chat below. As always, if you like my content, like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Ta-ra for now.